Hi, my name is Wanda Stauffer, and I am a full-time mom and a writer from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. I'd like to share a piece of my story with you. One Sunday afternoon when I was little, my sister Wendy and I were playing with my cousin when my uncle came to tell us that Grandma wanted to talk to us. When we got to the room where Grandma was, she told us that our mom had passed away. Mom had been sick for quite a while. A lot of things happened quickly in the year after my mom's death. My dad was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. He also started dating, and he married a young widow with 2 children. While we were still adjusting to all these changes, my dad's health began to get worse. He was laid off work because of his illness, and by the time that I graduated from high school, he was in a wheelchair 100% of the time. After I graduated from high school, I left home and spent some time in missions, and it was during this time when I was serving in Philadelphia that I received a call from home that my dad had died. I was on my own. I guess you could say I was an adult orphan by the time I was 20 years old. As I reflect on my life, I can see how God used those tough situations to shape me into the person that I am today. Life has been hard. When I was 13 years old and in the middle of a hard place emotionally, a woman that cared deeply for me looked me in the eye and she said to me, "Wanda, this situation will either make you bitter or it will make you better." And I knew right away I didn't want to be bitter. I wanted to grow and I wanted to be a better person. The only way that I knew how to protect my heart from bitterness was to cry out to God. I needed Him to heal my hurting heart. Unfortunately, my nature was to stuff my emotions. Wendy was the only person that I really talked to. Instead of talking about how I was feeling and getting help processing, I was covering up some very deep pain. I was trying to believe that I was okay. I was putting on a mask, trying to be brave, trying to be strong, and trying not to be a burden. After I got married and I started to have children of my own, those buried emotions were stirred up. The longing for my birth mom was so strong, and that longing was compounded by the fact that my twin sister Wendy had moved far away from home. I knew that both of them, both my birth mom or my twin, would come at the drop of the hat to help me out in whatever way I needed. When I would see other women with their moms, I would be jealous. I got angry with God. I was a mess. One of the most desperate times for me was when our 4 children were small and my husband was working long hours. I'm talking 60 hours a week. Many women pitched in however they could help me, and I was so blessed to be surrounded by such a caring group of family and friends. But I can still remember a situation that felt like a kick in my stomach. I was living brave. I had a mentor, someone that was investing in my life and encouraging me. She even helped by watching my kids regularly for a season. And one day she came to my house. We were working on a project, and in the middle of the project, she got a phone call from one of her own children. I can still remember what happened. She had to leave in the middle of what we were working on. She told me that she made a commitment that whenever one of her children would call, she would make herself available to them. I was devastated. It wasn't that she left me in the middle of a project. I could deal with that. It was the fact that I realized I would always be somebody else's child. The relationship she had with her kids was a relationship that I would never have. It took me years before I realized that no one could ever fill that longing in my life. I know now that this void is a God-sized hole that can only be filled and satisfied by Him. My relationship with Jesus has become very personal to me. Over the years, I have read the Bible and found some verses that I have grabbed a hold of. God is my Father. I take that literally. I don't have all the answers, but I will still say that even after the huge losses in my life, I can still look back and see His goodness to me and His faithfulness every step of the way. My journey continues. Right now I'm seeing a counselor, working through some depression and post-traumatic stress. It is a brave step to stare down your painful memories and to work on healing and freedom. I will always keep learning and growing. I wish for you that I could take away your pain and make your tough situation go away, that I could patch it all back up, but I can't. And to be honest, that wouldn't be helpful. But if you could keep remembering who you are, that you're the daughter of the Most High God, and keep looking for Him in your situation, you're going to find Him and you're going to be okay. Psalms 139 says, He hems you in, behind and before you. His eyes saw your unformed body before they came to be. All the days ordained for you were written in His book before one of them came to be. He sees you. He knows where you are. He knows what situation you're in. And He's got you. He's got your back.